Hello everyone and welcome to July. Summer is finally in full swing, and after the Fire Unit fight, we finally get a couple of months in which we can probably just sit back, chill and prepare for the next one, which is going to be Dark in September 7th. When it comes to the farmable stuff for the next Unit fight, 422 for the Magnetry weapons should be more than enough. I don't think there's going to be any need for a 5th fist. If anything, one thing we really need to work on is likely going to be Raven's weapons, as I don't have that many, and apparently 3 or more MK2 staffs might actually be a thing, especially for EX Plus farming and short bursts. Farming Agastia is honestly going to be a little bit scary, but we'll see. I've gotten a few characters that I've never really played with, so hopefully these guys can make full auto in Agastia a little bit easier, Cosmos especially. Otherwise, Dark is kind of my element, even though the Hades isn't fully built. I do have 3 Halmal daggers, double pain and suffering. I've got a second Olivia sword in store, but sadly only 1 Fedial spear, as well as 1 Logia katana. Keeping fingers crossed I can get a second Logia katana with the free draws this summer, because I don't really feel like sparking for one, especially since I like collecting units. I would much rather roll for a new unit than a weapon, no matter how good that weapon is going to be. If you're talking about weapon, I guess the one character plus weapon combo I'm looking forward to is likely going to be Sariel. He was kind of present in the past event, but maybe it's time for the Dark Angel with the Angel passive skill to be released, and it kind of has to be Sariel. Unless they want to release Azrael and Israfel, finally getting them out of that sack, that would be a very welcome surprise. But yeah, we haven't seen them in a while, so I think it's very unlikely that they're going to be the next Dark Grand. If not them, that's the Society Grands. Ilsa got a new version for water for the moment, so maybe just I keep hoping that they finally give Beatrix a grand version in Dark. And sure, she should be passing in front of Azeraga, who was released before her, but at the same time, outside of Orologia, who has a gender switch version, Dark doesn't have a single male grand. Wouldn't want Sariel or Azeraga to be the first now, would we? And since the next Unit fight is going to be on September 7th, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see the release of another Dark Grand before that. Summons wise it's all fine, but I guess we're also going to see the release of another new summon before the other fight, the Dark Robur series, because they've done this for Earth, they've done this for Fire, and at this point I think it's likely to be expected that they're going to release another Robur for Dark. For now, we've got the Things from the Deep, which will continue running until July 6th, and we can go on to check the Koregra to see which new events will be coming out later. First one being Rise of the Beast from the 7th, added for Symbol Auspicious God as a new boss battle, that's nice. Added a Proud Plus difficulty for Suzaku and Genbu, that's fire and water. Added a new Fate episode for Chichiri and Uruki, can be unlocked after clearing the Proud Plus and obtaining the Summon Stones. We're going to have to buy the Summons here too. After clearing the Fate episode, you can get a new 5th level unlock for the Summons, and when they reach the 5th full limit break, when you equip the corresponding Force Saint, a blessing effect that strengthens the Force Saint will be added when equipped as a sub. I think we might be running out of space here. Honestly, I can't quite put my hand on how useful these are going to be. Like, we're going to need to slot these summons somewhere in here, only because they're going to end up boosting the Rise of the Beast character. And I don't think this is even going to be a matter of stats and skills, this is likely an extra boost to their passives. And you know what? I think I'm calling it here. On the summer livestream, they're going to announce 2 new slots for the sub-aura summons, because like this already we're starting to run out. The Archangel can go nowhere, the Arcane Room attack can go nowhere, HP, it's good, can be removed for burst, but at the same time we've got Logia, we've got Yatima, we've got the other Providence summons here. If you need some extra effects for some fights, There are summons that give you Veil or Dispel Cancel in the sub slots. We might want to run one of those too. Oh, and also the 6 Dragon summon, because if you're running a full Magna grid or at least a mostly Magna grid, you kinda want this one in your summon grid too. Lots and lots of options, but absolutely nowhere near enough slots. And having them as cast for yet another slot for these Rise of the Beast summons, it's starting to feel like a bit much. Again, 4 sub-summon slots are coming. The sooner the better. If it's not this summer, it's going to be on the next anniversary, but 4 sub-summon slots are absolutely coming. Now, when it comes to the rest of the Beast characters, I had a feeling they wanted to do like 6 characters release, then a pause for 1 year. I guess during this quote-unquote pause, all we're going to get is a full limit break for the summons. But doing them 2 at a time means it's only going to take 3 reruns of Rise of the Beast in order for all of them to be uncapped. So we're going to have 3 more Rise of the Beast reruns with who knows what kind of upgrade before they're going to start doing the full limit breaks for the characters themselves. Something that, again, I've been very much looking forward to, because they all look like they have some pretty decent kit, but there's always that little bit of a something missing to make them truly shine. Moving on, we've got Auguste of the Dead added as a side story on the 9th with the skin for Mimlemel. Arcarum Gaiden on the 15th, and this one, again, it's going to be for Lobelia and the Tower. Following Arcarum Gaiden, on July 22nd, we're going to have the Mystic Dandism rerun. And I do wonder if this is also going to be a bit of an introduction for the next story event that's going to be coming out for August. Baby Macho as a weapon skin. New bosses added to Heavenly Conquest on the 9th. In English, this is the Pride of the Ascendant. New multi-battle God Craftsman Trial on the 22nd. Third installment of the Demon Star Trial, so this is for the class champion weapons. Earth Element Boss. In addition of Wind, Fire is also considered advantageous. Okay, cool, we can still run in with Percival and burst this thing down. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't have another 3 HP stops like the last one. I am still mad about that. In addition, new class champion weapon will be released for Sumabito, Boogeyman and Mariachi. And Sumabito might be nice, really looking forward what they're going to do with this one, because a lot of fists have been kind of mid. Boogeyman might also be really interesting, especially if it ends up buffing stuff like, say, Cold Peep. And Mariachi, we'll see. Again, Mariachi is kind of a fun class, but hasn't really found its footing just yet. Maybe the class champion weapon can help in that regard. Following this, drop-up campaign from June 27th, so this is already up, and it's just going to be with the usual rotating raids. Full limit break always on the 22nd for Drang. Okay, we're back to the Grand FLBs, that's nice. And hopefully if Drang gets his this month, Sturm will not be too far after. Stamp login campaign adjustments. We plan to adjust the specification rewards of the stamp login campaign. Items that can be acquired on each date will be set for all customers. In addition, the reward content will also be changed due to the specification adjustment. If you miss some of the items set as rewards because you cannot log in, you can exchange them later by using precious stones. I guess they mean crystals here. Why are they changing this? I mean, I guess they do want players to log in every single day. The item you get for your login is the same for all players. That means you can skip logins if it's just potions and berries, but you have to log in on the days in which the daily reward is crystals or tickets. I don't know, it feels a little bit weird, but I think it might end up being a bit more beneficial for players who don't log in as often, especially if the price for catching up with past logins doesn't exceed the amount of items that you would get by logging in. Oh, and of course, following the changes on the login rules, they're going to change the items that we get when we log in. Again, August 1st, so we have the entire month to go through. Moving on, we've got Rising, another 61% off sale. Master Rank Granblue Fantasy Demon Slaying Black Statue. Oh, the 1/6 scale Siegfried is finally coming out. Pre-orders start on August 6th. The release date is going to be November 2026, so it's still 1 year away, over 1 year away, at the very light price of 100,000 yen. As for the DX version, which I have no idea what changes, 130,000 yen. It's almost 800 euros. What the hell? Yeah, I guess you really have to be a Siegfried super fan to afford this. Live broadcast scheduled at 18 on Saturday, August 2nd, so we are just a little month away from the summer livestream. Alright then, this paints July as a pretty chill month. We've got the rest of the beast, we've got one new fight, as well as one new raid. And I'm honestly kind of looking forward to Drang FLB. I still think it's going to be pretty decent for stuff like long fights and full auto, hopefully bringing a little more sustain as well, so that maybe if you don't have Haseda 5-star, you can kind of use him in your place. Now, time to go on the usual shopping spree, and then we can move on to the next game. And with this, we land on Sword of Comariia. We've got the Deer banner still up for a few more days until the 4th, at which point it's going to be replaced by Nydia's. Now, I'm gonna be honest here, she looks like a really interesting character. She plants black feathers, which she can then make explode in order to deal AoE piercing damage and set more damage over time on the enemies. But the thing is, I don't think I can afford to even try. I've gotten a bit too lucky with Afra, so I'm afraid my next two banners are going to have to be complete skips. In here, I was kind of expecting Lutfi to be released before Nydia, but apparently not. They might have swapped these two banners. Still, releasing Lutfi right before SOC Inanna, kind of an evil move. Kind of a really evil move, because Lutfi is another one of those units who are very sought after. Still, SOC Inanna is going to be the top tier S plus tier 0 unit of the game going forward, so there's absolutely no way I can miss out on this one. And if that means skipping out on Nydia and Lutfi, so be it. In the meantime, the last chapter of Eternal Awakening opens up on the 4th, and this should also be the last one. Full anniversary is on August 1st, and I think that is likely when they're going to release SP Inanna, plus all the cool anniversary stuff. So this is going to be another chill month in here as well. If anything, we have the new PvP campaign to look forward to, which opens in a couple more days, and I guess we can just go through the shop and then move on to the others. And so we land on Genshin. Skirk has been a lot of fun to play with. Stygian Onslaught had honestly kind of a fun mode too. The only problem I've got with this one is the fact that Dire, for free-to-play players, maybe not impossible, but kinda one level lower. You're able to clear 74 seconds, I hate the Lava Dragon, and 74 seconds with a Skirk that doesn't even have maxed out talents. But on Dire, these things go up to level 110, and I think I got the Tulpa down to like the-ish % HP once. I still need to try a bit more, I likely still need to try harder, but honestly not a fan of the fact that they've locked the weapon skins not just behind the Dire difficulty, behind a single player Dire difficulty, because if this is for co-op, you can play with a few friends, I'm sure 3 Mavuika and 1 Citlali, that boss comes down easily, so at least you get the base skins. Not to mention, they're consumable, and you're going to have to constantly be clearing this thing if you want the skins. But yeah, like, clear on Dire in single player, clear on Dire within 180 for skins that will disappear eventually. Not a fan, really not a fan of this decision. But let's see. First thing first, a new month, let's go to the shop and get ourselves our discounted tickets. Of course, the premium ones we're not going to touch. I'm starting to run out of these. I think going for Mavuika plus Citali plus Mavuika's weapon and now picking up Skirk plus her weapon kind of drained me. So I'm going to have to go a little bit easier on these and try and start saving up a bit more. Because I used to have 600 pools. And even though I know going full free to play I will never get back there, I still want to try and save up a little bit more. Okay, looks like the July guaranteed is just one Barbara. And the last time I got a 5-star here was 70 pulls ago. Next one should be guaranteed, and hopefully I can finally get my hands on Mizuki. But we're talking August 1st. I'm not retouching the gacha until then. When it comes to a coming character, we've only been teased one, which is in FA. Very easy skip for me. I've already gotten Baresa and I have Chlorine and Yaemiko right here. One little weird thing that's been going on with Genshin, I don't know why winning 75-25s for me is harder than winning 50-50s somehow. But yeah, if Inefa comes out in 5.8 and she's a skip, I should hit, I would say around 150-ish for the second half of 5.7, which leaves me at 249 for 6.0, 6.0, 6.1, and likely 6.3 are going to be guaranteed picks if I want some other 5 stars. And again, every 50-51 in here is more pools for the next one. Honestly, really curious that we do not have leaks, or at least I haven't seen any leaks for 6.0 characters just yet, but I guess those will be coming the moment Inefa comes out. And so we move on to Star Rail, one last day before the new patch. Even the banners are gone. Let's head on over to the store and get ourselves our tickets. And still no 5-star. Even though, if I remember correctly, we were pretty close here too. So sadly nothing new this month again. When it comes to overall saving, there's 300 nice tickets in here, 322 total, while I was expecting to hit Feinon with 261. I think they've been getting a bit more generous with the crystals, so Feinon comes out tomorrow and we're meeting Feinon with 320 pools. Honestly, I still don't know if I even want to try for Feinon, because Saber is of course going to get my pools. If I get Saber early, might try for Feinon, but then we have 3.5 with Hylians and Seridra coming out one after the other. Hylians comes out as a physical nihility, and considering that they're also buffing Kafka, I'm getting half a feeling she's going to be the main DPS for the new damage over time team, with Kafka as a support. And continuing on the damage over time meme, what if Seridra comes out as a replacement for Ruan Mei? That's the one thing I'm a little bit scared about. I should probably go check up on leaks, but I'm sure leaks will eventually find me anyway. Still, they both look really damn pretty. Then I should be able to pick up both Hylians and Seridra. This means 3.6 is going to have to be a complete skip if I still want to be safe for Cyrene in 3.7, if they're still even going to release Cyrene in 3.7. But this kind of puts me in a very bad spot when it comes to 4.0 and onward. Because again, starting the new patch, not being able to roll for the new characters, which are also likely going to add new mechanics, doesn't really sit too well with me. But I would need to lose 4 50-50s in a row for this to happen. And on to Zenless We Land. Get our tickets. And let's go burn them. When it comes to characters to pull for, I don't know if I want to keep trying for Jufufu, even though she's cute as hell. Because when it comes to stunners, Rigor has been working wonders. When it comes to upcoming units, we've got Yuzuha here as a physical support coming out next patch, followed by a cute little bunny as a physical anomaly. Honestly though, not a big fan of either. There's going to be a bagpipe look-alike character coming out sometime soon. I might want to save for her. Otherwise, there's a hot nun up in the oven. She should be coming out eventually. Might want to keep some pool saved for this one, because this is going to be another of those times where they're going to break the internet. Is it all bees? It's all bees. Like, When it comes to teams, I'm kind of screwed on the physical side, and if they're releasing the Anomaly Bunny, you can bet your ass they're going to release a lot of content for that bunny to play through. And I don't know if little Nekomata is going to be able to catch up to that. When it comes to Arcanites, looks like we're getting a Carnival Celebration banner, guaranteed non-duplicate operator, which is honestly kind of amazing, but there aren't actually that many operators out there that I still want to get my hands on. Blinar would be good, Lin is really fun, but I'm not a big fan of any of the others. I've got my eyes trained on Blaze Altar, I've got my eyes trained on the Little Vampire, and then there's going to be yet another altar I won't be able to skip, which is going to be Exia. Pulse-wise, 43,000, this is like 60 plus 6 small tickets, plus 2 10 part in here. Blaze Altar should also come with our own extra 10 part, so 100, 110 pools plus the event should be 120 pools. Just for Blaze Altar, that should be more than enough, fingers crossed. When it comes to Girls Frontline, Echo of Dawn is almost finished and it's going to be replaced by the Springfield event coming out on the 3rd. Springfield 2, another character I've been eagerly waiting for, 154 pools saved up. Springfield 2 basically guaranteed as well. And hopefully Springfield is going to come with another big event, because these ones that aren't even voiced, yeah, don't really feel all that great. So, how many did we get this month? 31. Yeah, there's a chance that we're not getting a 5-star here. First one is a dud. And every patch that comes and goes, I'm still always praying for them to add the 4-star weapons for special characters in here as well. 30 all duds. We could do one more, or we can save this extra one for next month. Because if we get another 30, then yeah, next month we have another fairly decent shot at a Jeonju pool. And lastly, we come to Wuthering Waves. Honestly, missing out on Zani left kind of a big hole in my heart, but if I have to be completely honest, Arteria and Fleur de Lis kind of filled that back up. While she's not perfectly built, she's only missing a couple of hits every here and there. Crit rate, missing another crit rate piece in here. Crit damage, missing another crit damage piece in here. But everything else, kind of fine. Some more than others. Sadly, there is no monthly shop reset in here. The free pools from the shop refresh once per patch. And we've got another day and 11 hours to wait until Lupa comes out. Still don't know if I want to try and pull for Lupa. 47 pulls, that's nowhere near enough to even guarantee a random 5-star drop. And after Lupa, there's also a whole slew of other characters that have been announced. I think I might just keep on saving for Augusta at this point. When it comes to teams, these are of course not all perfect, but we got 2 Spectro teams, one with Jinshi, one with a Febe I haven't finished leveling up yet. Poor girl, I honestly feel bad about her. Spectro team with Zhangli Yao, Havoc team with Camellia, Ice team with Carlotta, and now Wind team with Carteria. I should be able to put together a Fire team, maybe not with Anchor, but once Augusta comes out. But that's basically it. One thing I'm missing a little bit at this point are just the supports, proper supports. But that's mostly because I missed out on Zehi. Still, until it's finally time to touch the gacha again, I guess I've got little to do other than just keep grinding them echoes. Alright then, I guess that concludes the gacha roundup for July. As always, thanks a lot for watching, good luck with your goals in the various gacha games, and see you guys around soon. Ciao!